nerd like damn, why pocket like yarn?
Open up the rhyme book and read the composition. I can truly give about the competition. I'm in another atmosphere, I'm on another mission. Yeah, you know that boy Logic put pen to page like a petition. You always switching up your whole position. I can see it in your face like an esthetician. Food for thought, it's the highest caliber nutrition. Everything come out my mouth, that's my whole cognition. I got out the hood, then got money in addition. I remember when that boy ain't had no pot to. They wouldn't let me in, so I never asked permission. Tours like a war, I'm getting minimum 5 mil permission. Hit the ignition and beat the emission. Like a clinician more than a musician. My flow rare like a first edition. Report for dismission. Everything I ever thought of, it came to fruition. King of the transition. We never switch and peep the acquisition, no omission. Your lyrics dry it in the prepare for collision. Then the satellite that's on an orbiting mission.
I remember we didn't have any permission. Never forget, we on a mission. I remember that they didn't even want to listen. Now we cooking, we ain't even in the kitchen. I remember we didn't have any permission. Never forget, we on a mission. I remember that they didn't even want to listen. Now we cooking, we ain't even in the kitchen.
Ice cream, a shanty, playing in AMG. Let it rain on me. On my head, boys, I'm on my knees like that. Lord, please pray for me. Save your grace for me.
Say, boy, what you want? Get that, get that, get that. Shoot in my mouth, shoot in my and one. Okay, on the real, I'ma take his out. I'ma take him from his. On the real, I think he knows.
I think he knows. When I play with him like that, I think he knows. When I say to him like that, he's wrapped around my pinky finger, watching the way I move. More power than on, and he knows it's true.
A city known for its incredible skyline, its nightlife and beaches, today centered around this venue, Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami. To kick off, here's Ryan Stonehouse. And we're underway at Hard Rock. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. They're carried by Harris here to start the drive. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down.
Let's go.
From the 32. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's out of bounds just past, looks like, the 40-yard line. A 9-yard gain and good for a first down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
1st and 10 from the 41. This set it down starts with an option right. He loses the football. And the Dolphins got it. Man, this is a tough ask of your defense so early in a game, Brock, sending them out on short notice and a short field after you fumble it away.
But these are the critical moments defensively you got to live for, right? This is called sudden change. They practice this, and it's your time to put out this fire.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line.
Go!
Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. They'll get 18 yards there. And it'll be first down, Miami.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice. Once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
Roll! 70 range.
First down, and they go right back to him. Pickup of 12 on that play. And now they have a 1st and goal.
Ooh, I like that call. I really like it with those sticks. You can keep them on the sidelines, and you get more than enough to get the first down.
They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's 1st and goal.
Let's go.
Goal to go. It's a pass play. Escapes the pocket. And he'll head out of bounds after a short gain.
Well, once a play breaks down, you're just looking for a running lane. Just a little bit of room, just a little bit of air in the pocket. He found one of those two, but the defense swarms towards him and denies him the other.
Ball placed at the 7. It's 2nd and goal.
Set.
Back to throw. Touchdown, Miami! So our first score of the game here as they cap off that drive with a touchdown.
It's really what you're looking for, Kate, offensively. You want to force the other guys into thinking they need to play a little catch-up right away. So a nice job to get that first score and take early control of this game.
Younghoe Koo on for the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Dolphins will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Stonehouse now to kick this one away. And that's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else. So that football coming out to the 30-yard line. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They'll start with a give to Harris. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Eight yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
21.
Herbert from the gun. He finds McConkey. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a 1st down. Third down, 1 yard to go. Shotgun snap to Herbert. Complete beyond the marker. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And the Chargers will have a 1st.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
On the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Back to throw, here's Herbert. Finds his back, Jaylen Warren. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag. So they'll decline this and take the results. Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Putting a receiver in motion.
Let's go.
Herbert on 1st down. Snared by his running back. It's Najee Harris. It's a gain of 12 there. And it brings up an LA 1st down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
All right, set now. 1st and 10.
Set. Coleman trips right.
From the gun, they go with Harris. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Stopped by Chop Robinson. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Set.
Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And the Dolphins got it! 40! At the 20! And Miami returns this to the end zone. Touchdown! The Dolphins get another 6 to make this a 13-0 game. That was awesome. The return became a question of, does he have enough steam to make it back before someone runs him down?
That is the most sprinting we're going to see him do on a football field, maybe his whole life. That distance, a whole lot more than the few yards he's usually running towards quarterback in the pocket. He had enough to reach that goal line. You're darn right he did. He could sense it, and he wanted it.
Still reeling a little after fumbling that away, but they're going to get it right back with this kickoff. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. He's on the move. Now he's going deep across the field. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it 2nd down.
I think we're seeing why this defense likes him in coverage. He reacts so well to throws and is even more adept in breaking up those passes.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Back to the air, Herbert. Finds a seam down the middle. And he's officially in enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And the Chargers will have a first. Throwing now, Herbert. Escapes out to the left. He takes it himself. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And it brings up an LA 1st down.
That is so demoralizing for a defense. You lock things down in coverage. You do everything right on the back end, only to see the quarterback escape, evade the pressure, and get that 1st down anyway. Ugh.
1st and 10, Herbert. He's got the hook up to Ingram. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Herbert now off the play fake. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense.
We're back and all set for the 2nd quarter. Charger football. They'll need a big play to continue a nice drive. It's 3rd and very long. And he's in trouble and gets brought down again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down.
I know quarterbacks get paid a lot of money, a lot of glamour in this league, but today, well, this is a tough day for this QB. He's taking a beating. And whether it means changing up some of the blocking schemes, maybe mixing in a little bit of run, or heck, this quarterback getting the ball out of his hand more quickly, he's got to start protecting himself. I know we get so enamored with a one-handed catch, an amazing throw, but I am telling you, that kick from that distance is just as impressive. The leg strength, the power, he drives it low, and he finds a way to get an enormous 3 points.
First and 10 now from the 30. Throwing off the play fake here. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
2nd and 10 now. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Chargers are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. I don't know what to be impressed by most, Brock. How effortless he made it look to throw it that deep, or how effortless the cover man made it look to get that far down there and haul in the interception.
How about we just marvel at both of them? You call a deep pass like that again on the next play, it could go to the end zone. But this time, it is a takeaway.
1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll run it for the first time with Jaylen Warren. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. The rookie from Georgia in on that tackle.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Throwing from the gun. Forced out to his right. Another turnover. This time it's an interception. And the Dolphins get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season.
Oh, coaches just love that effort right there. Instantly, as he made the pick, everybody was looking for a block and doing their part to set up the return. And I know it pales in comparison to giving up the turnover, but how about the effort on the other side to track him down and stop a potential pick 6? I think everybody deserves a little credit on the field for that effort.
On 1st down, they'll run. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Let's go now.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Another carry for him. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
Come 19. Here we go. Here we go. Check go.
Play action on 1st down. Cut at the 10-yard line. And he'll take this across. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Well, this machine has been firing on all cylinders this game, partner. And it continues firing as that lead grows yet again.
And those who've tried to get in the way of that machine you're talking about, namely the defense, well, they've paid the price over and over and over again.
That one splits the uprights. And the Dolphins push their lead to 18. Stonehouse now to kick this one away. And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Set.
From the pistol, it's Herbert. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive downfield. I love the call. I love pushing the ball down the field. But the windows in the throwing lanes aren't there long. And it only takes a little bit for a throw to be off.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down.
Ray. Go.
A play fake. Now Herbert to throw. Gets this to McConkey. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
They give to Harris from the gun. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Stops by Chop Robinson. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
From the 46. Short pass brought in. And he stopped cold at the spot. Ooh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. On the move, headed right. On the run right, throwing. Big gain downfield. And he will score. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers fighting back and shaving 6 off that lead. Aubrey good on the point after. And the Chargers make it an 11-point ball game. Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
79 Broncos. Come on, set. Hook.
Airing it out to start this drive. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down. Setting up a throw. Finds his man, Waddle. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And that's going to give the Dolphins a first down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. They'll throw it. He lobs it up, looking deep to the right side. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on first down, but just couldn't make the connection.
Well, that's a major missed opportunity for the offense and a sigh of relief for the defense. Now you got to adjust a little bit, get some extra help on the back end of your defense to take those shots away.
Now Jalen Wright gets it for the first time. And this run's limited to a minimal gain up to about the 44. Only a yard for him that time, so now 3rd and 9.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Now he'll heave this one deep down the right side. This is caught inside the 15. Timeout called by the Chargers. They're first. And And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half.
You know, Kay, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he works his way for a gain of 4. We've hit the 2-minute warning now at Hard Rock. It's the Dolphins with 2nd and 6. And he won't challenge for the goal line. The stop made at the 4. It's a pickup of 3. They're going to need 3 more now on 3rd down.
I can promise you, that's not what it looked like on the practice field nor on the whiteboard. Typically, QB run is going to net you a whole lot more yardage than that. But let's give some credit. Strong effort by that defensive front who contained a play that typically goes for a whole lot more.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. No gain there, and that'll bring up 4th and a few. LA uses a timeout here. It's 2nd. As they'll get together and discuss with 4th down coming up. Field goal attempt coming now from Younghoe Koo. High percentage look for him here from the left hash. The kick by Lutz is good. And that extends their lead to 14.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
And that one flies right on past the end zone. Didn't make an effort to hit the landing area at all. So they're going to give them a drive starting at the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Herbert from the gun. Chased out to his right. Now here he goes. And he reaches the 35 before going out.
Well, the QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right. And even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the 1st down.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Shotgun snap to Herbert. And this one's up there, but a little too far up there.
It is such a weapon offensively when you've got a big tight end that can stretch the field vertically. Not a lot of DBs have the size to cover him. They tried to get it to him in that spot where he could win it, but unfortunately, no connection to be made.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Herbert back to throw. He finds Johnson. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. The Chargers call a timeout. That's their last one. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
First and 10. Here's Herbert. Taken in by Harris. And he's able to move past the 45 before going out.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Second and 3 now. Herbert throwing again. Gets this one to Harris. Give him 3 on that game. And the Chargers will have a first.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Herbert to throw once more. He throws a bullet deep to the right. He's got it deep downfield. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with first and goal.
One thing we don't have in football is we don't have that radar gun. But if we did, Kate, this is the kind of throw when you throw it that deep outside the numbers that requires a serious fastball, serious arm strength, and he just showed it off.
They'll break the huddle and come up on first and goal.
Go. Ready.
It's Herbert once more. And he makes the play at full extension. That's a touchdown. The Chargers make it a one-score game before halftime. Ladd McConkey with a touchdown. That one right down the middle. And the Chargers chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Here's a return from the 7. And he breaks the 20 on the return, but only just. That is one up to the 21 and out of bounds. Just over 30 seconds left in the half as they come to the line.
Set. Cowboy 80. 19 Lions.
To throw here on first down. Makes the grab in bounds left side. They got 24 yards on the play. And it'll be first down Miami.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. To the air now on first and 10. Has him on the quick hitter. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Here's first and 10 from the 34.
Set up. Hiking 18. Trap 60. Trap 60. Set up.
They run it from the gun with Wright. And he's got a nice run. That reaches the 26. Timeout taken by the offense. Their second. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short.
Ready.
He'll look to throw. He puts some juice on it deep. They connect on the deep shot. And this is caught. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins will add to their lead at the end of the half. touchdown. That was just gorgeous football right there. He saw the window, just had to wait for his guy to float toward it, and that pass fit in beautifully for the touchdown.
Kate, this is one of those moments where a quarterback's got to take his pre-snap read and make sure he confirms it quickly post-snap. And when he does, and he's got space to fit that post in, like you said, it's a thing of beauty.
Koo with the extra point. And the Dolphins double their lead to 14. Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. Fielded at the 7. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on first down. He'll throw it. Flush down now to his left. Now he takes it. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Ewart with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Tracking 60. Let's go now. Go.
Throwing off the play fake here. Caught by the open man. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
Yeah, I love that effort, adding as much as possible that catch while earning the first down. That's called yards after catch, and it's what coaches want from all their pass catchers on the roster.
And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Here's a give for Wright. And he drives this down to the 8 before going out. 9-yard pickup, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Most of the people watching will forget about that play in a couple minutes, but the coaches won't forget. He has that filed away the next time he really needs to pick up a few yards.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. They run again with Wright. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
2nd and goal coming up, 5 yards to the end zone.
Here we go, set. Mustang 19.
They give it to him up the middle. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Dolphins grow the lead coming out of halftime. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out. And that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that can score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
That one splits the uprights. And the Dolphins stretch their lead to 21. Stonehouse now to kick this one away. And that's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else. So that football coming out to the 30-yard line. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. They touch him down, but a great pickup, and it's good for a first.
Every offense I've ever seen from Pop Warner to the NFL's got this play in the playbook, but every offense isn't capable of executing it because it takes a quarterback and a receiver on the same page, and that page, it was textbook.
Only one play in, Brock, and this drive already to midfield. Here's Herbert, 1st and 10. Escapes the pocket. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 42. Buys time, rolling right. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first. Working quickly here. Herbert on 1st down. Cut out left. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Now Herbert to throw. He's on the move. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down.
Crowd right.
Back to the air, Herbert. Getting out to his left. He's on the move. And he gets this down inside the red zone before going out.
Well, you don't get the 1st down, but I'll tell you this, Kate, that drives the defense and the defensive coordinator nuts. They do everything right. They win, and yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
Third and just 2 to go.
Hey, ram.
They'll try to run it with Harris. Breaks the tackle, still going. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Motioning the tight end now. Herbert with a blitz coming.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
They're lining up on the doorstep. 2nd and goal from inside the 1. Vidal does not score. They not only stop him, they backed him up a couple of yards.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
Buckle up, it's 3rd and goal. Herbert now, blitz coming. That one's incomplete in the end zone.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Three plays haven't gotten it done. Now a 4th to try to reach that end zone. They snap it to Herbert. And he finds him in the end zone for an LA touchdown. The Chargers start the second half with some needed points. For the point after, here's Aubrey. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Chargers get it back to a 14-point game. Aubrey now to kick this one away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
I think we got to be careful, and I'll raise my... That play was just a nothing burger, because what can happen from that, Kate, is he put some nice toppings on it. A play action pass, a shot that comes down the road from what looked like a very plain play.
Hey. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down.
Panther 60, Panther 60, Buffalo 18.
From the 32. Finds a seam down the middle. Into the red zone. Gets the 10. He's all the way home. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins lengthen the lead at the end of the 3rd. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just gotta ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. You got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Stonehouse now to kick this one away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Herbert from the gun. Fits it through the middle. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. It's a 30-yard play, Brock, and they've got a fresh set of downs.
Just about every offense since the beginning of time, since the forward pass, Kate, has loved a tight end that could stretch the middle of the field. Man, I remember as a kid watching Kellen Winslow Sr. dice up right here between the hashes, and what a difference it can make for an offense.
Forced out to his right. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. Second down.
You know, I don't mind taking that risk, especially on early downs. You try to shot downfield, it doesn't work. But Kate, the good news, you've got 2 more downs to try to find it first.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Shotgun snap to Herbert. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Robinson sent in motion left. On third down, Herbert. Able to hit Robinson, complete. And he's taken down at the 30. First and 10 now from the 30. Now Herbert again. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
This dude is putting together some kind of game today. When he scored that touchdown earlier, we knew we had to keep an eye on him. And no surprise, here he is making yet another huge impact play.
After the sack, another pass on second down. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be third down.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. To throw, Herbert. On the move, headed right.
You know, that's a really good play. I know it doesn't get the first down, doesn't keep him on the field, but what it does is it keeps that defense honest. And I promise you, the next time in that situation, they'll have that run in the back of their minds.
That's cut beyond the marker. And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line. What a call. They wind up with 12 on fourth down and pull off the conversion.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Throwing now, Herbert. Cut near the goal line. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And the third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Now it's second and goal from the 1. They go play action. Here's Herbert. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. Not on the same page with his tight end. And now it'll be third and goal. On the play fake, it's Herbert. He rolls to his right. And look at the footwork there. Touchdown! The Chargers get it back to within 2 possessions. For the point after, here's Aubrey. The point after splits the uprights. And the Chargers get it back to a 14-point game.
Chargers 31,
Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Off the play fake, he's going to throw. Finds a man right side. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
2nd and 3 now.
And go.
Wright running out of the gun. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. That one ends up a gain of 6. And that's going to give the Dolphins a 1st down.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
Ready. Panther 11. Panther 11. Hut, hut.
Handoff now from the gun. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
We know how hard explosive plays can be in the NFL, and so often they come via the air. What a great help for the offense to find an explosive play on the ground. Well done.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10.
Got it. 60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat.
Short side option here. He's running left. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down.
Ready. 70 range. 70 range. Set go.
Here's a give inside to Wright. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground. That's 7 yards on the run. Still 6 to go on 3rd.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Chargers in the dime on 3rd down. 6 DBs out in coverage. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Finds him over the middle. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL. Everybody on the field's thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down?
Here we go. Here we go. Bravo 80. Ready.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Finds his man Waddle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Running behind center with right. And that carry only nets one on the plunge up the gut.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
The give here on second. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A gain of about 3, so a third of what they needed. 3rd and 6 coming up.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Kate. Take at least a little bite out of the big meal between them and the first down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
He'll go to a knee, and that defense can only stop the clock 2 more times.
They could stop the clock now if they choose. In the final moments of the game, every second counts. If you're going to call a timeout, you want to be right next to that official to signal it in just as that knee goes down.
So in the end, it's a Dolphins win here. And it was a game for fans of high-scoring football, wasn't it? I know Brock was enjoying seeing both of these offenses work, and really not a lot to dislike from either group. Just one side working at a slightly better clip than the other. That was the difference in the win.
That's how I be happy. Just for all my not abandoned. For my ladies on stage, they clapping. Transaction, cause your mama need a mansion. Get crackin', put them in the can't forget the yellow brother in. Shed so many tears, lost 100 friends. Every time I see them, I'ma need that. Believe that. Label tryna give me feedback, tell me bring the streets back. Fans said they want 2015 Vince. Drop big fish, cuz been weeks since. Damn. Tell me how you really feel. Yeah. All I wanted was a couple mil. Make the city